It is cold, but we're good. We're good. When I fell asleep at the charging station. Yeah. But I got to 100%. So I've talked a little bit about state of charges on the battery. So I believe with it getting warmer, yeah, because it cooled off, but it hasn't cooled off completely. And it's pretty cold. I mean, it got below freezing last night. Have 2 more stops, and then we'll be there. We're at a car dealership. So we were planning on stopping just to make sure that we can make it out to the charging station we really wanted to hit. But I wanted to make sure I had plenty of charge, which it's a good thing I did this, because the station that we had planned halfway between this one and the next one power is out. Apparently the gas station that it was at, their whole power was out. They couldn't pump gas. Nobody could charge. So I looked, and the closest one that was free, so this is also a quick charge, but it's free. And yeah, it's a little bit more out of the way, but at least it's free. And like I said, I'm glad that I put some contingencies in place. We'll charge here for a little bit and just make sure that we're topped off. Since it is free, I'll probably stay here for a bit longer than normal. And also so that I can make sure that, since this is a little bit more out of the way, that I get enough charge to make it worth going this route. So stay tuned for the next the next live update. We've got a bit of an issue. That's our issue. Because CHAdeMO is phasing out of a lot of, basically the plug itself, it's just getting phased out. The new one, as you can tell from the other empty spots, those are the CCS, and those ones are not getting phased out. Those are the standards that are here to stay. The reason why I immediately ended the stream was because a fellow, like I showed you guys, a fellow Leaf owner was using the charge. Well, they were nice enough to let me charge, mostly because their battery heat was very, very high. Which, speaking of which, let me see where mine is at. Oh yeah, mine's still fairly cool. But yeah, something I recommended to them was the fact that if they're getting too hot, to use the fast charger as quickly as they can, just enough so that they can make it to a level 2 charger, and then use that, because that's not going to pump as much electricity, which means, yeah, they'll have to wait longer, but they'll be able to basically, they could plug it in and leave it for hours and let it charge. Even if it's really hot, it should still allow them to charge. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update. So we did charge up. I just charged up enough because I didn't want to be rude and hog the charger for an hour or whatever. I just got enough so that I could make it to my next stop, which is I'm actually going to go past my dad's place and charge in the next town. And from there, I will probably top up as much as I can, and then backtrack a little bit. It's not that far. I mean, there's some leaf blower guys right outside the car, and we made it. So there's several different types of payment that charge even within like Electrify America. There are some that charge by kilowatt hour. There are some that charge by per minute. Generally, that's the two major types. I haven't really seen charge by one, like charge per kilowatt, and then after a certain amount of time or a certain amount of kilowatts, it goes by time. Pretty much all of them are just, it's either one or the other type. This one's per minute, and actually works okay for me because I think I did the math, and what they charge, since I have the membership, it's 12 cents a minute. And you would think, oh my gosh, that's expensive. Well, for an hour's worth of time is $7, just over $7. before taxes. That's not that bad, considering for 60 kilowatt hours, let's say in an hour, what was it, 20 bucks? Yeah, 20, almost 20 bucks. There has been some hiccups, either people at charging stations. Like I said, the downfall with my Nissan Leaf is I only use CHAdeMO. So there we go. That's how it's shown, is CHAdeMO. One of the main concerns I was having was temperature. In fact, the couple that I bumped into this last charge station, that's the problem that they ran into, is because they have the smaller battery, they're having to charge a lot more often, and because of that, they're getting close to that cutoff, that heat cutoff limit. I feel bad that they're coming into that issue. I know that's a big concern with the Nissan Leafs, is because they're passively cooled. Since they're phasing it out, it's going to get harder and harder. So my recommendation for people that are looking, trying not to get CHAdeMO, try and go with the CCS, since it is an open source. More companies are going to take advantage. And in fact, today, the gentleman I spoke with today too, we were talking about how quickly, he's like, an e-tron pulled in and was just like 10, 15 minutes and they were done charging. And it's like they pulled in with, like, what did they say? I think 19%, something like that. And they left at 80% in 10, 15 minutes. And I was like, yeah. I know some people are going to be like, oh, I have a Tesla and it has no problems connecting to the Tesla, and that's not true at all. I have heard from Tesla owners and stuff that they have had some issues too, that they go in, they plug it in, and it has some, I mean, these charging stations are out in the elements. It's a given that they're going to break down. People are going to be people. I mean, people are going to abuse these things. They're going to fling them around, treat them badly, or whatever the case is, which is poor on them, yes. But at the same time, it's going to happen. Just normal wear and tear eventually is going to happen. And like I said, that's going to happen for Tesla super power stations, whatever they're called. It's going to happen regardless. So I've had almost no issues with CHAdeMO plugging in and it recognizing my vehicle. And that's probably one of its strong suits, is the fact that I don't think both of the vehicles I've had, and other Leaf owners I've had, tell me very similar things. That, now, not to say that they haven't had troubles charging, because they have, but it's normally something's going on with either the charger, the payment. Oh, speaking of a Leaf, we've got another Leaf pulling in. They're probably needing to charge. Thank you guys for coming out. Like I said, we made it to State College, and I will keep you guys updated. Stay tuned on Discord. Have a good one.